Eva Perón. María Eva Duarte de Perón. María Eva Duarte, the 7th of May 1919 to the 26th of July 1952, better known as just Eva Perón or by the nickname Evita, was an Argentine actress, politician, activist, and philanthropist who served as First Lady of Argentina from June 1946 until her death in July 1952, as the wife of Argentine President Juan Domingo Perón, 1895 to 1974. She was born in poverty in the rural village of Los Toldos, in the Pampas, as the youngest of 5 children. In 1934, at the age of 15, she moved to the nation's capital of Buenos Aires to pursue a career as a stage, radio, and film actress. She met Colonel Juan Perón on the 22nd of January 1944 during a charity event at the Luna Park Stadium to benefit the victims of an earthquake in San Juan, Argentina. The two were married the following year. Juan Perón was elected President of Argentina in June 1946. During the next 6 years, Eva Perón became powerful within the pro-Peronist trade unions, primarily for speaking on behalf of labor rights. She also ran the Ministries of Labor and Health, founded and ran the charitable Eva Perón Foundation, championed women's suffrage in Argentina, and founded and ran the nation's first large-scale female political party, the Female Peronist Party. In 1951, Eva Perón announced her candidacy for the Peronist nomination for the office of Vice President of Argentina, receiving great support from the Peronist political base, low-income and working-class Argentines who were referred to as descamisados, or shirtless ones. Opposition from the nation's military and bourgeoisie, coupled with her declining health, ultimately forced her to withdraw her candidacy. In 1952, shortly before her death from cancer at 33, Eva Perón was given the title of Spiritual Leader of the Nation by the Argentine Congress. She was given a state funeral upon her death, a prerogative generally reserved for heads of state. Eva Perón has become a part of international popular culture, most famously as the subject of the musical Evita, 1976. Cristina Alvarez Rodriguez claims that Evita has never left the collective consciousness of Argentines. Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, the first woman elected president of Argentina, claims that women of her generation owe a debt to Eva for her example of passion and combativeness. Eva Perón has often been credited with gaining the right to vote for Argentine women. While Eva did make radio addresses in support of women's suffrage, and also published articles in her Democracia newspaper asking male Peronists to support women's right to vote, ultimately the ability to grant to women the right to vote was beyond Eva's powers. Eva's actions were limited to supporting a bill introduced by one of her supporters, Eduardo Colom, a bill that was eventually dropped. A new women's suffrage bill was introduced, which the Senate of Argentina sanctioned on the 21st of August 1946. It was necessary to wait more than a year before the House of Representatives sanctioned it on the 9th of September 1947. Law 13,010 established the equality of political rights between men and women and universal suffrage in Argentina. Finally, Law 13,010 was approved unanimously. In a public celebration and ceremony, Juan Perón signed the law granting women the right to vote, and then he handed the bill to Eva, symbolically making it hers. Eva Perón then created the Female Peronist Party, the first large female political party in the nation. By 1951, the party had 500,000 members and 3,600 headquarters across the country. While Eva Perón did not consider herself a feminist, her impact on the political life of women was decisive. Thousands of previously apolitical women entered politics because of Eva Perón. They were the first women active in Argentine politics. The combination of female suffrage and the organization of the Female Peronist Party granted Juan Perón a large majority, 63%, of the vote in the 1951 presidential elections. Declining health, On the 9th of January 1950, Evita fainted in public and underwent surgery 3 days later. Although it was reported that she had undergone an appendectomy, she was, in fact, diagnosed with advanced cervical cancer. Fainting episodes continued through 1951, including the evening after Cabildo Abierto, with extreme weakness and severe vaginal bleeding. By 1951, it had become evident that her health was rapidly deteriorating. Although her diagnosis was withheld from her by Juan, he knew she was not well, and a bid for the vice presidency was not practical. Only a few months after the renunciation, Evita secretly underwent a radical hysterectomy, performed by the American surgeon George T. Pack of the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, in an attempt to eradicate her advanced cervical cancer. In 2011, a Yale neurosurgeon, Daniel E. Nijensen, studied Evita's skull X-rays and photographic evidence, and said that Perón may have been given a prefrontal lobotomy in the last months of her life, to relieve the pain, agitation and anxiety she suffered in the final months of her illness. Despite the hysterectomy, Perón's cervical cancer had metastasized and returned rapidly. She was the first Argentine to undergo chemotherapy, a novel treatment at that time. She became emaciated, weighing only 36 kilograms, 79 pounds, 5 st 9 pounds, by June 1952, 61. Perón died at 8:25 p.m. On Saturday, the 26th of July 1952. Radio broadcasts throughout the country were interrupted with the announcement that the press secretary's office of the presidency of the nation fulfills its very sad duty to inform the people of the republic that at 20:25 hours, Mrs. Eva Perón, spiritual leader of the nation, died. Thanks for watching Hertly channel. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe our channel.